I'm briefly going to show you how to format your Pages document into correct MLA format. So if you open up Pages, you will create a new document. Make sure that you click blank. I know it's very tempting to press the essay one, but that is not in correct MLA format, and it's a lot easier if you just start from scratch. So the first thing you should do is title this thing MLA template instead of blank whatever. So then it's easier to keep track of. The first thing we're going to do is start with our header. So that's going to be your first and last name, right? Your name. Then my name. Then our class, so we're English 2, and then whatever block 2. And then today's date. So for example, today is the 30th of August, 2020. Okay, you write it a little bit funky like that. We then are going to press enter once, and I will explain why it's just once in a second. And we're going to make it like center aligned. Don't press the tab button 1,000 times. Okay, just make it center aligned. The easiest way to do this is by clicking the paintbrush up here where you have all of your features and then pressing the center one. Once you do that, you can type in your title. You should not be making your title size 14. It should not be in orange. It should not be underlined. It should just be like normal. You'll press enter one more time. Again, center it to the left, and then this is where you would start writing your essay. I know that this all looks like it's very close together, and that's because it is. However, when you highlight all the pieces that you've just written, okay, go back to our paintbrush, and we're going to do a couple of things. First, we need to change the font to Times New Roman. Okay, so scroll down, find that. We also need to make sure that the font size is 12, and we need to double space. If you have your paintbrush open, you'll see a little thingy that says line spacing. If you click on that and bump it up to 2, okay, we now have beautifully double spaced situation. And now the spacing looks way more normal between the title and the beginning of your essay. It is important that you always indent your paragraphs, okay? On Pages, if you were to do that, I personally have a tab button. I think that if you don't have that, you should have a feature kind of up in the left-hand corner area that looks like a little arrow, and if you click on that, you should be able to find a button that says tab. I highly recommend you tab over instead of pressing space 5 times, just because it helps with consistency. The last thing we have to do is enter a page number. Okay, and this is where things get a little crazy. So you'll press the 3 dots in the upper right-hand corner, and then you'll go to where it says Document Setup. Okay, once we do this, okay, this is different. We are going to, press more options. I don't know if you guys have that, or if when you press document setup, it looks exactly like this. But in the upper right-hand corner, you're gonna hold your finger down and up will pop page numbers. Click on that and press the very first option. Then move your cursor to the left and type in your last name, okay? Before we leave this area, we have to make sure that this is also in Times New Roman. So you'll highlight it, press the paintbrush, change the font to Times New Roman, but then you'll keep the size 12. Once you finish with that, you press done, and now your paper is in perfect MLA format, okay? Because you've titled it MLA template, what you can do is when you go back to your documents, okay, you can select MLA template, and then you should see down at the bottom these different options: share, duplicate, move, blah, blah, blah. If you press duplicate, then you automatically have one, and you can rename it Thank You Ma'am Essay. And now you have an already MLA formatted paper, and you can continue to do that as many times as you want, right? Instead of remaking your MLA template every time, just duplicate it, rename it, and bada bing, bada boom, you are good to